of the delightful little Dorset town of Wareham. There's been a town established on this site for about 2,000 years, although evidence of settlement goes back another 9,000 years. And it's another gratuitous little view of Wareham, and to give you an idea of possibly how historically old Wareham actually is, this is New Street, which ends in a thatched cottage. These are what makes Wareham famous. It's only one of two Saxon wall towns still in Britain. No one knows exactly when these defensive positions were built. It goes 2/3 of the way around the town, the other third is surrounded by a river. What is known is that they were built in the 9th century, because in 875 the Great Heathen Army, a massive band of Vikings, attacked Wareham from that direction and captured the town, and King Alfred managed to capture it back about a year later. It involved some underhand deal to get the Vikings out and then killed a lot of them. I think this is it's absolutely the ideal place, I do think, to look at a Sax. And this is the Sax. It comes in this quite nice little pouch, quite nicely made pouch actually. And this is it, the Biker Viking folding Sax. 1095 steel, rosewood handle, lovely bit of file work, I think. Goes all the way around. It did, however, have one significant fault when I bought it. The reason it needs a pin, I've taken the handles off because I'm putting the pin in, is if you don't, the blade spins all the way around. So as soon as you try and hold it and put some pressure on it, the blade just backs up. It's not a lot of use really. So, brass material, hole drilled into place. I'm going to have to cut a little bit out of there and just a little chunk nick in here, and then that'll be the whole thing transformed. There we go, our pin's in place. Notches are cut here and just there, so it all folds up and locks up quite nicely. Put the handles back on and we've got a functioning knife again. So that being fixed, what do you get? A traditional looking Sax with a nice Biker Viking runes in it. Is it actually a traditional looking Sax? Well, if you've seen this booklet, which you probably haven't because it's fairly obscure, it has line drawings of all the Saxes that have been excavated by archaeologists. And I think you'll agree there's nothing like the average Sax. All sorts of different sizes and shapes. And the folding Sax actually has a historical precedent as well. There's that one. And I think, oh yes, there's another one here. So there is a historical precedent for having a folding Sax. Like you said, this is what we tend to think of now as the classic Sax design, and very, very handsome it is. 2.5 inches of 1095, so UK legal. Folds up nicely. Sits in the hand really nicely. Now that pin's in place, it actually stops it folding up and cutting your hand. Reasonable sharpness out the box, although it's a bright sunny day, I can't see the lens through the lens. I can't see through the screen. Oh well, there we go. It is fairly sharp. We're not doing it on a windy day on top of 1,000-year-old fortification posts. Overall, if you've got the skills to put a pin in it, I would highly recommend one of these. You can see it just tucked in there. If you haven't, well, you might be out of luck. There's another company called Raven Forge who sell these. I think they're possibly the same. But if you want a little challenge, a little project to make something unique, and something that I feel that's got a bit of that history of the Sax about it, then I really would recommend one of these. I keep saying it's UK EDC legal. I'm also looking around making sure hopefully there's not very many people actually watching this. One of the things I do like about collecting historic looking knives is that connection I feel I get with history. And how about this? I'm sat on top of Saxon defensive positions with a Seax. I may be the first person who can say that for over 1,000 years. Sends a shiver down your spine, doesn't it?